Now for a look at what's on breakfast tomorrow with reporter Lorna White. Lorna, what have you got?
Hello, Rawdon. Well, we look at how... Excuse me, the audio cue just froze there. We look at how the government could be helping workers facing redundancy.
So we'll just quickly pop some frosting on these and then we can do all the fun. You've got a good action, Steve.
Have I?
You've got a nice spreading action.
Oh, don't go there.
No, we're not going there. We're talking about frosting.
Cool.
Campbell Live checks out a group who have survived a month without alcohol. Would you cope?
And Mike will have all we need... Don't look at me like that. That's harsh. We'll know all we need to know about the good and not so good weekend weather.
And Brendan McCullum becomes the latest to lose authority in the Black Caps.
It may be trashy, it may be tacky, but an estimated 90,000 Aucklanders turned out to watch this year's Boobs on Bikes parade.
Remember to join us for One News Bulletins during breakfast from 6... I just spat, sorry. 6 tomorrow, you can stay up today.
You're going to be writing something this afternoon?
I think we've already said that whatever my extracurricular activities are.
And today's news was brought to you by the number 3.
Join us tomorrow night at 6. I'm the letter S.
Making me the letter C. Good evening.
Good evening.
Cadbury has bowed to consumer pressure and stopped using palm oil in its dairy milk chocolate.
Taxpayers pay more than $53,000 for Heatley, his wife and 3 children to live in the capital. He owns another apartment too and rents that to National MP Louise Upston for $18,000 a year. Taxpayers...
If you've come as a bumblebee, I was going to say I've come in my pants, but I won't. Jason, please come back.
Tonight, a teenager is jailed for the murder of a British tourist as her father talks of how his wedding dream is shattered.
The flap over fatty hunks of lamb, who's in a stew over Pacific Islanders being encouraged to eat more.
The traps that have mice sticking around a long time before dying are called to ban the bargain buys.
And the beam of a world champion, the Kiwi, who's now in hot pursuit of glory like Sarah Ulmer.
The fatter wog said to the skinnier wog, "Oi, bro, you slept with my cousin, eh?" And the other one said, "Nah, man, I didn't day." The other one goes, "I will call on my fully sick boys." And then they pulled out a gun and just went, boom.
That's it for Nightline for another week. I'm Liz Piranham. Dobbo is here in a moment, but before we go, it was a big week for John Key, who, as Ali Ikram reckons, has shown himself to be our most down-to-earth and self-effacing Prime Minister since Helen Clark. John, filed this postcard from New York exclusively for Nightline.
A Melbourne landlord is crying out, "Gimme, gimme, gimme," after a rare piece of ABBA memorabilia disappeared from their rented home.
That it's a good time. I know in Asia, of course, you don't change the clocks. It never changes all at the same time. Europe, we've already changed the clocks. Here in the US, Saturday night, Mark, we get that extra hour in bed.
Fall back, that's right.
Not together, but we get that extra hour in bed. That's right. Before
Rachel,
the jury went out...
Sorry, carry on.
So the jury went out to deliberate yesterday afternoon for an hour and a half. They're continuing those deliberations now.
Yes, Greg, tonight is day 1 of the biggest week of the Fashion Week of New Zealand's fashion media. Hundreds of movers and shakers of the fashion world have been here tonight to celebrate its launch.
Thank you, Sarah. And now from one walker to the next, Neil.
Thank you, Steve. Kia ora, good morning. Convicted killer Nyan Schwartz.
Political editor Duncan Garner joins us from Parliament with the details. Duncan.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ingrid. I just have to watch the woman there who's just gone through the shop there with the baby.
I guess underwear modelling and league are quite similar in that the tackle is very important.
You know, just walking out with, some good-looking woman. Did a bit of a toilet at the end, so yeah, didn't really know. I was going to pop out some press-ups and some star jumps, but I was a bit too shy.
I hear Kevin Locke scored in the corner as well.
You don't have to live in England to be tuned into what's shaping up to be a thrilling finish at the... Sorry, guys. Let's do it again. Take 2. 3, 2, 1. You don't have to live in England to be tuned into what's shaping up to be a thrilling race to the finish involving...
We're going to answer the psychological problems of Nat. We're going to call for help with their pussy when Sunrise continues.
It's not like they're on the TV when it's called for cats.
Since we have a few days to talk about it, things are going to be warming up. We have this... sorry about that. We have this area of high pressure that's moving in that's causing a lot of cold air.
Kevin, are you throwing your toys around?
I am, actually. That would have been... Good thing it landed here and it didn't land over there.
We were saying we haven't seen that on live television before, but we like it.
I think it's been a couple years since I've done that, yeah.
But you know what? Excuse me. You know what? They have an asterisk there.
Tonight, chaos in Gaza, death and destruction as Israeli airstrikes pound the Palestinian territory, killing hundreds.
A small community mourns the loss of a local hero dedicated to saving the lives of others.
And there's no way out. The drunk and disorderly keep police busy at a popular holiday hotspot. Our cameras are there.
And just look at the size of this one, a group of fishermen's close encounter with a great white shark. We'll have those pictures for you a little later.
Kia ora, good evening. The Middle East is again descending into chaos.
But as I said before, we do have Hannah and Sam right here. They're about to sing a song for us. It is a bit of a midwinter Christmas theme. They're going to be singing All Holy Night. And I just have to quickly say 4 words, just to get the message out there. Christmas in the park. Take it away. Any moment now. Sorry, we're going to have to stop it there. We will be back in half an hour. I think he's actually had a little bit of an accident there.
That's so okay, look after him, Josh.
You look after him.
See you in half.
In breaking news this hour, intrepid reporter Bob McNeil is...
Hey, that's not breaking news.
What?
He's been here for 20 years. Everyone knows that. He's been here forever.
Yeah. OK, in very slow-moving news this evening, Bob McNeil has been here for 20 years.
Thanks very much, Mike. First it was Jesus' face on a piece of toast, then a feijoa that looked like a kiwi. But you haven't seen it all unless you witnessed the apple with its own map of New Zealand. Mixed in with Stop looking at me like that, John.
I'm riveted.
I've got to get through this.
Go, Hillary.
Mixed in with thousands of others, the Braeburn apple almost went unnoticed until a fruit... But why do I have to read all these? Fruit packer spotted its very special blemish. Laura Turner has more.
Rally there has run out of puff this morning after a weak report on the state of the services sector and a poor jobs figure. The Dow is currently down 25 points.
Thank you, Michael. Sorry, Michael. See, normally, when we leave from over there, Ingrid's reading the news, so we're safe to walk around. But
we creep round. I felt this presence behind me. I thought something's happening. I tried to grab Carly's. I was like a Hollywood movie.
I was wondering why you were grabbing me off the ledge.
I know, because
you were saving me.
And then you...
Frozen.
I like the way you just stayed there.
Hillary, New Zealand surgeon Andrew Greensmith is part of the surgical team. He and his fellow surgeons have described the moment of separation as surreal, but the surgery was complex and risky, and it took a lot longer than expected. Can I also mention, Hillary, it is nice to have the lights back on back here.
Yes, we quite agree. Thank you, Amanda.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've just come from following David Bain back to his accommodation near the courthouse here. He can barely walk. He's being really quite heavily supported by Joe Karam.
Well done running back to join us, Winnie. We'll let you catch your breath for a second. Yes, it's interesting. You mentioned that he's lost.
And he's saying that he doesn't want the camera on, so he obviously doesn't want to have a public... I'll tell you what...
As a parliamentarian, I appreciate it. As a Scotsman, I don't have a vote. Doesn't matter to me. You've been banned. Thank you.
Well, no. You need to give me a written... You don't touch me, thank you.
Oh, that's what they say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like me to write your trespass note?
Yes, I would, thank you, with reasons.
Thank you very much, Wendy Petrie, live from the Christchurch High Court. And of course, it doesn't matter what time that verdict comes back. We will, of course, cross live to it regardless here on One and live stream it also on our website.